Hi, this is Nanine from collagetype.etsy.com, taking part of the hashtag whole book challenge with Tanya from Tatty Treasure. Tanya and I do a lot of work together, so it's really fun to be able to do something like this. Let's see what I can get done today. I have a few great ideas and I'll show you what I did. So I was thinking about making a little journal with some of this paper, and here's how I did that. You can take a shipping tag, anything like this shape that you can create. I'm going to take a piece of paper like this. Maybe we'll go this way. Yeah. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to take this. Outline it. When I cut, I'll make sure that I cut on the inside of the line. I'll do this just because I like to have a nice straight cut. Come in just a little bit smaller. Let's line that up right there. This book I'm using is old, so doesn't tolerate a lot of folding, these pages. And I will cut that. So there's that part of it. Then I took another page. So I'm going to be doing, this is what this looks like. So I just kind of did a rough measurement for it to be there, to fit inside there like that. I'm going to clean up these edges right here. This is easy to do. Just make 2 squares. Didn't quite get it all the way, so let me use these. Clean it up a little bit. Then I'll take this is fun. You could put this, slip this under a belly band. You could slip it into a pocket. So now I'll take this little, I'm just going to staple this. You could glue it. And there's our first element, a little small journal booklet. The next thing I'm going to do, I'll show you what I did. This has probably been done. Is I'm going to take one page, fold it with, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch at the top. Fold it again. Now you have 3 pockets. I'm going to glue this back here. and glue that there. So obviously this is a pocket that you're going to have to set inside a journal. That was pretty easy to do. I'm sure in this whole book challenge, lots of people have done something like that. And actually, see this edge here? We can kind of clean that up just a little bit so it's not so bulky. And you could even, if you wanted to, you could do like this right to that fold, which I think I'll do just to show you. Uh-oh, I already glued that, so I want to get it off my work table. So I'm going to glue right there. And glue right there. Oh, look. And then because I cut it, never occurred to me, then you're going to have to glue down all 3 sections because it got cut, but at least it won't be as bulky as it was. Now, if you wanted, we'll let that dry. You could round those corners a little bit if you had a corner punch or something decorative up at the top. So that one's done. There's another book page. Set that out of the way. Then I did this library pocket like this, but I felt like it was a little wide, but we'll do that. So all I did there was took a piece of this, clean up the edges a little bit, so now we're going to bring that up. It's going to be about, that'll be perfect actually. I'm not going to fold too hard. So I'm cutting a little indentation. I'm going to leave that alone. Would like to use to get a straight cut. What if I went like this? So I can get that cut. So there we go for that. I just folded that back that way. See what we get here. Just for this benefit, so I don't cut it. Okay. All right. That cutter's not really that great, but okay, so I want this to be a slant pocket. So I'll cut from that fold line, maybe to that. Okay, then we're going to bring it up. Maybe we'll go this way instead. Fold that around there. Fold that around there. Now we have a slant pocket. That's pretty neat. So I'm going to glue that closed on the back. Right there like that. Again, so now we have that in there. Look, we could put this in there if we wanted. That's pretty neat. Here it is again, wider. So we'll use that one too. Cut these corners up at the top. I'm going to do this. So now the corners are cut. Let's glue this one. And hold that. This one too is designed to be glued down into your journal or on your paper, whatever you're using it for, into your artwork. This one, probably everybody's done this, but if they haven't, all I did here was take a piece of paper. I cut those. I was going to do something different, but I'm going to go like that. And this one, I'm going to cut off some of the top so it's not so library-ish. Line it up right there. You know, I'm not sure why this thing is cutting crooked. Do you think it could be me? So there's that little pocket right there. We'll glue that down in the back. Another pocket designed to be glued down. I think just about all pockets are, don't you? The majority of them. There's something about pockets and envelopes that I love. So there is that. And you know, I couldn't quite get that straight. Let's see if I can with my industrial most awesome scissors. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, another one. This one I took like I was doing a library pocket, but I brought this all the way up and made a flap. See the flap, like a little enclosure. So again, just took it, cut where I want. You fold first, then you cut those sides. This one is an envelope. So I'll glue the back of this one. That's pretty neat. I like it. Let's do another one kind of like that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to fold this up. And again, but this one, I'm going to make smaller. And this one, you know, I like this. I'm going to use this corner punch. I'll do the medium setting. See what happens. Now I've got that little corner rounded, and I'm going to round this the biggest one. I'm going to use the larger setting. Do that one more time. Okay. And this one, instead of folding everything over, I'm just going to kind of put a little glue line. And then this one, right here on this one. So be careful that you don't go too high on your glue line. Okay, and there we go. Now we have that little cute little pocket. This one, I cut a 4-inch by 4-inch square because my paper is, oh, I don't know, 5. So you could do it as big as your paper is, okay? It's a square. Then I took these 2 corners and overlap it just a tiny bit, and I'm going to glue it. Okay. Then I brought up the bottom, and see these edges? And once that's brought up, you could glue it, and I made a flat cut right there. Just a little one, doesn't have to be perfect. Watch your glue. Might have got a little in there. Then I took the point, I folded down, and I took the point and put it in the large corner punch, and there's my little envelope. How cute is that? I didn't even know I could do that. Oh, I love that. Then if you wanted, here's, I think I'll take, well, let's look at that little scrap. So here's the deal. This paper is flimsy. So you want to have, for the insert I was thinking, I'm going to glue this whole little insert. So see, I'm going to make a little insert. It's going to be thick. You could write on that side, which is kind of neat. But let's say you make it out of something a little bit thicker. Okay. Let's see. Both sides are folded, so the whole thing is going to have to be glued. Well, let's do it about right there. That's fun. And then you could, you know, put a little element on there or something. Look, I have this little card from a kit that I designed. You could put that on there. So I'm just going to show you. This is real rough. Oops. See how that paper is pretty flimsy. It's old. It's a real old book. Oops, got too much stuff going on over here. Okay. I'm trying to be fast too. You know, when I make a video showing you how to use one of my journals, one of my kits, I try to go fast because, oh, I only have so much time to start with. And then I'm just going to glue something a little bit bigger on there. Okay. So see, you could do, I know I'm supposed to only use the whole book challenge and I'm supposed to only use a book, but how do you only use a book when you have all this cool stuff laying around in your studio? I think I'll use that side right there. So then you can put that right there. And now we could cut it out. And that's going to be a little more substantial. And where's my little envelope? Oh, there you go. Uh-oh, might have got a little glue in there. Got to be cautious. There we go. Look at that. So cute. Did you see how easy that was to do? It's just a big square, and you work at it diamond ways. You have to just turn it a little bit. Okay, this one, look at my edges. They all match. So I barely folded it, and then I barely folded it again because I told you this paper is delicate. And then I cut along and lined it all up. Now I'm going to take this and then kind of, and I'm going to fold it into threes, okay? I'm going to do something a little tricky here. I'll get that center just like that right there. And I'm going to take this circle punch. You always want to work from that end. I'm just going to make, kind of eye up the center. Make a real shallow punch. And then look. Now I'm going to make a pocket here. So you could make the pocket that way or that way. Now for the bottom, my scorer, I'm going to come right here. Not too much because this, oh, look, I might have just done it. Well, you all get the drift. Okay. You could do it like this. And then have the back look like that. But no, maybe I'll do the next one like that. I'm going to go like this. Take my glue. Because it ripped. Ah! Actually, that might be beneficial to have that piece off. Look at that. All right. The paper wins. I lose. Now, I should have glued this down first. I didn't, but we will now. I'll glue that little piece there. And now look. You've got this. You know, I think I'm going to remove that piece right there too. So you could do it either way. You might want to go over the whole thing a little bit more so it's nice and even. Oh, that looks great. Glad I did that. Now you have that little seed packet type. Oh, I don't know what you would call that. Again, it kind of looks like a library pocket. Okay. Neat. Now I'll make a triangle pocket with flat corners. So I took a piece of paper. I'm going to go like that to that edge. Then I cut this. Okay. I don't want to fold too hard. I'm going to fold this little piece up right there. Okay, there's the top. Fold that there. But I don't like that. You could leave it. So I'm going to open it all up and fold that. Make a little cut. Discard that. Don't need it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to glue this kind of down. Oops. Okay. Bring that up. Get rid of that pointy edge. Fold that pointy edge down. Bring that up. So there's that pocket, but we're going to have to, let's kind of clean, just and then let's make sure this is really good in here. So you could go this way with this pocket or that way. I think I like it that way. Some of these pockets and the sharp, excuse me, the sharp folds need some kind of washi tape on them or another piece of paper. I do that a lot where I cut, you know, kind of a creative edge to cover it because this paper is old. So there's that. This one, I was folding and kind of fooling around off camera. I'm going to make this come down like this. This come like this. Oh, look, I'm going to make a pocket within a pocket. So this one, is this where I want it? Yes. See what I did there? Small rectangle fold, large rectangle fold. Let's glue that down as we go. Because this paper, I just love the color of it. So get a nice point right there. See that point? Okay, now we got our paper glue. Now we can come up, kind of determine where do we want the second pocket. I'm thinking right there or down further. I think I like it a little bit down further. So maybe I'll go somewhere in the middle. That's glued down. Now we're going to glue this little tight edge right there. Because that's going to be a closed edge. Okay. See where we're at here? So I'm wondering, I might fold that over a little bit. I think I would like it folded over. I like points, don't get me wrong, but for these vintage paper, well, actually antique paper, could use all the reinforcement it could get, and then we'll fold that back. Let's get that straight. See where I'm headed here? So I got that, have this part done. I'm going to score that real gently. Makes me nervous to score this paper, but I'm going to try it. See that? I kind of like that area there. Maybe I'll go a little bit deeper in. Okay. Whew, did it? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to glue that right there. And now I will do my best to fold that. Oh, I like this pocket. Wow. Who knew? I didn't even know I could do this. Okay. So we have this. Let's glue this down. I think it's a good idea to glue as we go with this type of paper, or just to keep you focused. If you needed to, you could always trim that corner up a little bit, you know, like this. So now all we have left is this. So I'm going to cut it. Should I leave it pointed or should I fold it down? I'm going to fold it down. Okay. And I think I will, see that? I'm going to cut it right at that fold. You know what's really fun about this challenge? Is you just start folding. You don't know what you're going to get. Look at that. Double. So if you were to glue this onto your page, right? Now you've got a pocket here, and then you've got, let's just fold one up, a pocket here. Pretty neat. I really like that one. Okay. Now I will make an envelope. So I took a piece of paper. I'm going to do it upside down so this goes right side up. Look what I did. I made my folds first, here and here. And I'm trying to decide if I want this to kind of come at that angle. I'm not sure. And the reason you do this is then you make these folds. You cut a little section to the fold line here and here. Then you bring these in. And you bring that up. Like that. And that's how. And you don't glue all the way to the top. So I do a lot of these kind of envelopes in my kits. But I usually, you know, design them and they're perfect. At least I like to think so. Okay, so you glue those edges. Now you've got your place, and then this folds down. However, this is not quite straight, so let's see if we can't get that straighter. There we go. I think I'm going to take this corner punch and punch those corners and round them. I didn't get that all the way in there. Oops, I moved it again. Okay. And now there's that envelope. You could take that envelope, you could go that way, you could go that way, you could take some fancy little scissors, and now you have an envelope. You could take another piece of paper, and create, let's see if we have a smaller one. kind of looking for one a little more plain. All my scraps here. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Let's make a little, so there's this. Let's make a little something for the front. Be fun, huh? Okay. Just put that right there. There's the front. I'll cut it about right there. This is the Art of Junk Journaling, the hashtag Whole Book Challenge. My collaborator has created, Tanya at Tatty Treasure. Again, I'm Nanine. My YouTube channel's Collage Type. My Etsy store is collagetype.etsy.com. See that? That's the original. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. See if we can get that in there gently. And the whole idea of this is that you will have a ton of elements and embellishments. So you could put that right there. I think I will. That was from a little scrap. You could write on it, whatever you need to do. Just an idea. You could put it up there, which would be fun, but I'm going to put it right there. Okay. There you go, a little envelope. The next one I'll take, or I'll do, clean up this edge. I tried to rip these out as carefully as I could. It's a very fall, very cold, blistery day here in Sonoma County, California. Oh, well, that didn't work. What happened there? And it's just kind of surprised by that. Weather, wasn't expecting it. Like just on Wednesday, it was 95. Today, it's probably 65. Maybe this thing is dull. So I went off camera for a second to try to figure out why that cutter is not cutting correctly. Anyway, I got a piece of paper like this, folded it in half. Let's do the corners. Let's see what we get here. There's our little cut right there. I mean, our fold, excuse me. Make a little pocket right here. It's going to be a double pocket in a journal. But, you know, I think it needs to be a little bit bigger. Let's make this a triple pocket. And I'm not going to cut this page. I'm going to keep it for, give this paper a little bit of what it needs. A little help. I'm going to go like this. This is just going to hide behind it. So I'm going to cut this edge off a little bit. Now this one doesn't have to be perfectly straight, this edge, because it's going to be hidden. And you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to glue it. Get those edges really good. move my stuff out of the way to make sure I'm in the camera. I'm gonna fold it up, just glue it down. Okay. Then I'm gonna put this one on. Or I could go this way. Oh, I might like that. And instead of a triple pocket, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so what did I do here? So I'm gonna glue this down. Okay. Do I remember what I just did? Yep, you believe I remember. I'm gonna do it like this way. See this? And now it's a little bit thicker to hold any future journal cards or whatever. So I'm gonna glue this. Wait, am I messing this up? I think I might have just did the wrong thing. Yeah. Shoot. Gonna go this way. And I just glued my whole pocket. So let's make another one. So see, mistakes are good. Okay, this is the back. The fold is the top. See what we get here. See what I did there? Making another fold. Gonna cut it because what we want the pocket part to be is the folded edge. So I'm gonna glue this together to hold it. Get that out of the way. Thought I knew what I was doing. Ha ha. Okay, there's that section of pocket. Now I'll just glue these edge like this. You see what I'm doing? Just the edge. Here's the back of the top. This is, I only glued this edge right here. Okay, that's all that's been glued. Make sure I get that on there straight. I don't want to use my burnisher on this paper because I'll probably rip it if I do. So what I'd like to do then is fold this like this. So this part would go down into your journal like an open double spread. And then you'd have a pocket here and a pocket here. So what I'd like to do is put a staple where you'll see the back of the staple. Let's hope I get that on there straight. Oh, look I didn't do that one very good. I don't think I can rip that out right now, but you get the gist of it. So now you've got two pockets. You could cover this with some washi tape or a little piece of this paper. Oh, that would look kind of good, wouldn't it? Let's try that. I like this ripped edge. Too bad I don't have a double ripped edge. Hey, what if, would that work? No. I don't know how I got that. But you know what I do have? I have these little play scissors that are my granddaughter's. So Is that big enough? Ah, no, and I like that. That way is. You know, when you do these, you have to be paying attention to the pattern, or you'll get it. It won't look as good. I don't mean to be so anal, but I am. I like things to be just so. Let's see. Now that I've said it, I probably can't do it. Well, not bad. You could put that like that. So I'm going to glue it. My granddaughter likes to come in here to my studio. Maybe one day I'll show you guys what the whole thing looks like. I was a jeweler for many, 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 many years. So I have a ton of jewelry stuff in here. And I would make collage art for my jewelry, and I would put it, you know, I'd reduce it down. I mean, I've always loved working with paper, and then put it under resin or under glass. Okay, so I would let that dry, but I'm just going to show you. So there's this double pocket, okay? And then you can, again, put, you know, it's like that. Oh, that's fun. You could round those corners if you want. You could put it on one side of your journal page and make it a flip out. But I'm going to let that dry a little bit better. And I covered that staple. Let's just do that a little bit better. I really needed a longer piece of paper than I had. But there you go. There's that one. Okay. Okay. I think this is my last one. So I took a page and I cut it like this. And then I began to fold it. I had this folded like this, and then I put that down like that. But I didn't like that you could see that. So I was trying to decide what to do. So I'm going to cut those little wings off right there. So I'm not sure if I like that either. Ooh, I like that though. Okay. That looks, I really like that. And because this little envelope, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to glue these down. To the inside so they're not flapping around. This has been really fun and a good challenge for me, giving me some ideas on what to design next. This is going to be the inside. You won't really see this. Okay, those are nice and glued down. And then see, this is going to go right there. But how about if I cut a little thing, a little half? You always want to do it this way so you can see what you're doing. Just make sure I get it in the center. You could mark it if you needed to. Have that now. That way you'll be able to get your fingers inside there. And now it'll close like this. So I'm going to glue a fine line right here on both sides. I think I'll go up a little bit right there too. So now I have this little envelope, and then this will come down. And I'm thinking I might even make that just to give it a little substance. Oh, and it's kind of cool what it says right there. And then I'll glue that little edge down. And there we go, another little envelope. How cute is that? Okay, so far, this is what we have. I'm pretty sure I'm done. We have this little envelope I just did. Here's this spread with two little pockets. I put that little piece of paper there. Still not dry all the way, but it goes like that. You put your stuff, your elements in there. This is the back. Oh, the back is kind of cool. This is just a plain pocket, gonna go right there. You could put another one on there. Here's this double pocket I did. So you would glue it down, put something in there and something in there. This is a fun little envelope. There's the back. So that one could actually be used. I'm trying to get that glue in there. Oh, uh-oh. Better leave it alone. You could use it either way. Slant pocket, library style. This one's great. So I used 3 papers for this little journal, cut from using a shipping tag as a template. Another little pocket, double one, you could put that in. If you just glued the edges, you'd have a pocket there and a pocket there. Library wide slant pocket. Here's a kind of a big basic envelope. This is the back. You're going to have to glue that one in, but you could, if you wanted to show it, slip those in and glue it underneath. This one was really fun. Little envelope. Made a little journal card to go in there. That's neat. Here's a double pocket. Triple, if you were to glue just the edges into your journal, you'd have that one, that one, that one. Here's another little triple pocket, smaller. And here's another envelope that I showed you how to do like this, and I put that on there. Thank you so much for watching and sharing. It's been great. Don't forget, #WholeBookChallenge. Okay, thank you.